Hey, I'm Juan Pablo from 100% Finance, and I'm holding this yellow envelope in my hand. Now, before I discuss what this is, I want to first discuss my story. So I graduated from college, right? I had a great GPA, but poor credit score. And I couldn't land a job in the financial services industry as a result of my poor credit. And I read a book, and I wanted to become a real estate investor. Lo and behold, I ended up getting a job in New York City working for the government because they don't do credit checks. And as I'm working for the government, me just being the competitive guy that I am, I wanted to improve my performance. And I had a team to manage. So I shared with my team, hey, for those of you who get the most work done in a week, I'll treat you out to dinner. Applebee's though, all right? 2 for $20. And they were excited about that. And I said, hey, the contest will be 7 days. Whoever gets the most results, it's on me. And so at the end of the contest, our results went through the roof. The results were crazy high. And I get called into the office by my supervisor. So I walk in, head held high, shoulders back. And she looked at me with a scowl on her face. She said, Juan, what do you think you're doing? And so I laughed, getting results. Isn't that what it looks like? And she said, don't you know who you work for? You work for the government. There's paperwork, there's policies, there's bureaucracy. You cannot incentivize your employees for monetary value. It's Applebee's 2 for $20. I don't care. But as a result of this contest, I have to write you up. And I have to put this in your file. Consider this a warning, okay? And she gave me the best advice I've ever received. She said this: maybe the government isn't for you. And that hit me like a ton of bricks. I walked out of her office, head held down, shoulders were slunched over, and I sat at my cubicle, and I felt dejected and discouraged and upset. I was frustrated. So I proceeded to type up my resignation letter. I didn't turn it in though, but I did type it up, and I posted it on the wall of my cubicle as a constant reminder that I'm going to quit my day job at 30 years old. And at that moment, I decided to stop treating real estate investing as a hobby, watch a video now and then, read a book now and then, and started treating it as if it was my part-time job where I will work for myself, because I wanted to become a full-time real estate investor, to live life on my terms so that working will be an option for me and not an obligation. However, the bad thing was this: I got poor credit. And I didn't have any money, right? So I was clueless about what to do. And so I started to, network, read, and so forth. Took it seriously to the point I was able to discover the right secrets to be able to acquire cash flowing, multi-unit rental properties with little to none of my own money in multiple markets. And this is what fueled me. I had a burning desire to succeed, and I had a chip on my shoulder to prove my supervisor right, actually, that hey, the government isn't for me. I need to be a full-time, multi-unit real estate investor. And in a short matter of time, I was able to acquire 30 rental units by my 30th birthday. So I turned in my 2 weeks notice. This is it right here. I know the glass is broken, don't judge me, but this is the original copy. I refused to get it repaired because it holds so much sentimental value for me, because it was a big audacious goal that I had that became a reality. And that was amazing. And you might be thinking, I get it, you might have some skepticism. You might be saying, okay, Juan, I got you. Sure, made it work for you, right? For whatever reason, you got lucky, you ran into the right person, what have you, but how do I know it's going to work for me? Or how do I know this is actually possible? Well, that brings me to this, right? What's in my hand? This, my dear friend, are deeds. You know how exciting it is to hold deeds to the properties you own in your hand? As you can see, let me pull it up a little bit. I'm not sure if I got the angle right, but we'll make it do what it do. Here's the county I invest in, some bigwig guy here, Jerry. Shout out to Jerry. Department of Real Estate in Pittsburgh, and the deed, baby. And there's multiple. So you might be thinking, wow, you actually got some deeds of multi-unit properties. Yeah, buying them left and right consistently. And I've acquired these multi-unit properties out of state, cash flowing. using little to none of my own money out of pocket, meaning not much of my savings, because I leverage these bad boys. My business credit team. These are my homies, for lack of a better term, right? These are my cash money partners. And I was able to leverage these along with seller financing, private money, and so forth to be able to acquire these deeds that I have in my hand. But you want to know what the best part is? The best part is I'm not the only one who acquired multi-units and have deeds in his or her hands. I've helped many people acquire over 1,000 rental units in the past years, because I've been investing in real estate for 10 whole years now. So I've seen the ups and downs in the market, and I've also invested in multiple markets. So I was able to systematize this system of acquiring multi-unit properties that cash flow, whether it's in your backyard or out of state, using little to none of your own money. So you may also be thinking, all right, Juan, well, what are those secrets that help you acquire multi-unit properties out of state using little to none of your own money? Well, that's a great question. Pretty much, it's the 5 pillars of the cash flow cycle, in which I discuss in depth in this training that I've actually been working on for months. Because as a part of being an entrepreneur, and if you want to scale your business or scale your portfolio in this sense, it's important for you to document everything you do. Why? Because you're going to need a team to help you out to get a larger portfolio. And that's what I've been working on. So I documented to the point I can share with you, hey, how to find these cash flowing properties, how to find the right market to invest in, how to analyze properties to see if it's a good deal or not, how to perform the meticulous and time-consuming part of due diligence, meaning verifying the rents, the expenses, and all that good stuff. But also how to get agents to be on your team, because not every agent is going to be willing to work with you, especially if you're calling an agent out of state. They see this number with a different area code and they say, cancel. I don't know who this person is. I'm not going to pick up the phone. And I also discuss one of the most important parts in this webinar, in this training, finding the money. Whether it's using seller financing or a mortgage or business credit, private money, savings, retirement accounts, a whole bunch of stuff that I talk about in regard to financing your deals is included in this training. And last, you can't forget about the close, because that's how you get these bad boys, these Ds, through the closing process. Whether you should choose to manage your properties yourself or outsource it to a property management company. And what are the checklist items, the things you need to be focused on in order to close, to make sure you dot every I and cross every T as well. And that's it, my friend. That's pretty much how I was able to turn in my 2 weeks notice, ta-da, and become a financially free multi-unit investor. And you can do it too. So if you're interested in learning more, you want to watch this webinar, this training in depth, just click on the link wherever it is on this page. It's probably everywhere. Just click on the link and take action today, just like I did. I took action. As always, to your success, earn passively, live passionately. See you in the webinar.